welcome to a new live stream. Our daily live stream that we have every day, of course, when the market opens. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen today for NASDAQ and SPX. Hello, Felix. Hello, Arcane. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you here. Special request Tesla. Yes, of course, we're gonna do Tesla as a special request. Now we have replaced Tesla in the main list with Palantir because it has a little bit much more higher potential, yeah, for performance. But we still, of course, do Tesla, no problem. Felix, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you. All right, guys. So, yeah. So let's start with Nasdaq. So we have, of course, today an impulse finished already towards the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning this scenario, which is bullish in a wave 4, is getting higher potential, guys, rather than being in the leading diagonal, right? Finishing a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it is a very nice one, right? Finishing perfectly in the blue box as well. But I don't see yet a very clear signal that we're moving toward the downside unless this is, of course, something corrective. And we move impulsive today. All right, so the signal that we would like to have that we are bearish is to move in an impulse toward the downside. Meaning, if we move on the 1 hour chart here, you can see, of course, that we have kind of like started today with some red. On the 15-minute chart, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 given very nicely. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably finished. So anyway, you would like to see, of course, some red, even if you are bullish. Basically, right now we are continuing. In case, of course, we are bullish, we are continuing for a wave 5, right? We would like to see the wave 5 between those targets inside this blue box. Here we go, right? And 22K to 100, which it can unfold in the following scenario: 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Therefore, you would like to finish, of course, wave 3 in the yellow, meaning moving for wave 4 as well in the yellow, 5, 4, and a 5. And in this case scenario, don't forget that this will bring you to the all-time high here that you are looking at, right? This is the all-time high that we had for NASDAQ, and this will bring us exactly to that point, all right? Of course, it's gonna retrace, guys. It's the all-time high. It's gonna retrace, yeah? So therefore, the retracement might be your wave 4 in the yellow scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Of course, it can be even deeper, yeah, because the wave 2 is very shallow, meaning, of course, the wave 4 might be deeper and then moving towards the upside again. But currently, we're still looking for higher potentially, all right? Knowing that we today can see lower prices, guys, yeah? Because you finished an impulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So you need a wave 2 anyway. In the bullish, you need a wave 2. You need, of course, a little bit of drop and then moving for a wave 3 towards the upside. Hello, Fabian. Nice to see you, bro. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so basically, even if you are bearish, you're looking for a little bit for lower. I would say today, let's put some targets for today. Potentially, yeah, you would like to hit at least the 0.38, right? At least 0.38. Now, basically on the 15-minute chart, a little bit from, yeah, this view, it looks like, yeah, but this is very aggressive. I'm wondering if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, but I don't think so. This has started to be 5 waves. Okay. Yeah, so we're moving basically for a wave 2 minimum target. The minimum target right now is 0.38. Of course, don't forget the perfection for a wave 2 can be, of course, the green box here. Wait a second. Wave 2, it should be. Here we go. Yes. So the perfection is, of course, the green box for a wave 2 can be, of course, very deep and continuation later toward the upside. I would like to check a little bit also some indicators, MACD and so on. So we have, of course, lower momentum. Okay, 4 hours. not bad also for bullish, but on the daily, here we go. We got the bearish cross, right? The bearish cross, and regarding the EMA, okay, we're over it, so that is still a good signal. All right. Yeah, so the bullish still have a very high possibility, guys. The bullish scenario still have a lot of possibilities. Potentially, we're gonna hit 0.32, 38 or around it, okay, and moving toward the upside later on, okay. So, yeah, so this is regarding NASDAQ. Hello, my friend from Japan. I know that you are from Japan. You wrote me this in the comments, and I could translate it, but currently I cannot translate Japanese. But you're very welcome, man. Nice to see you. All right. Yeah, let's move for SPX. All right, for SPX, we can see. All right. I'm trying to find if I can translate your Japanese. No. All right. I think you're asking for gold as usual in your comments. The gold is coming next, bro. All right. So, all right. So for SPX, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential scenario, of course, which it can be a leading diagonal, right? So the wave one, of course, can be finished. We hit our blue box. We hit 5 waves in leading diagonal, potentially, right? I don't trust it so much. First, because yeah, anyway, we need a wave 4 to interfere with zone 1, by the way. So if your wave 4 maybe is here and this is your ABC here, it can be a potential, but I don't trust it, guys. Yeah, so therefore, a higher possibility is still going for the alternative one, which is this one, right? In a wave 4 until invalidation, meaning once you hit the 5,700 here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, is gonna be invalidated. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is not allowed to interfere with the zone 1. This will be invalidated. However, we are looking already here at 5 ways down. Those 5 waves down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it looks like kind of like an impulse, but obviously it is not. The wave 3 is not extended, and the wave 5 it looks even longer, right? So it's not really a nice impulse to look at, right? So it should look nice. Remember the Elliott wave guideline that it should look nice. This doesn't look nice as an impulse. Therefore, I think that what is going on here is a complex structure in a zigzag, another zigzag, and an X in between. Finishing wave 4, yeah? And this wave 4, because you have kind of like a flat for a wave 2, the wave 4 might be deeper, okay? As you can see, the wave 2 is not very deep here, right? And it might be, of course, that your wave 4 as alternation can be deeper and then moving toward the upside again, okay? So possibilities are still higher, of course, to get a wave 5, okay? Moving for higher. On the 50-minute chart, if we dive a little bit in the micros, well, yeah, you can see already even a potential double 1, 2, but no, now invalidated. Again, even this, the start of this impulse, in case this is an impulse, the start of it is very, very choppy, okay? Very choppy. And as a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, yeah, it's also not nice to look at. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm not so much convinced into it. Yeah, it looks a little bit expanding with the 2 and the wave 4. So the wave 4 is longer than wave 2, meaning, which is not good. And if you are in 1, 2 here, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5, the wave 3, yeah, is not very long. It looks like almost the same length. It looks like a zigzag rather than an impulse. Correction, obviously, and currently you might be working on this final zigzag. This is, yeah, higher potential, guys. And the SPX has to, of course, follow NASDAQ. I mean, I don't know what's going on with SPX, but NASDAQ is very bullish the last hours, right, from here, while the SPX was very bearish, right? They are conflicting. But I believe that SPX always lags and can follow, of course, NASDAQ. Fabian, can you chart WISE, please? Okay, it's on London Exchange and very interesting project. We're gonna see it. Sure, we can see this, man. We can take a look on WISE. If it is a nice chart, sure, we can do it. Well, I took a decision lately on the channels, of course, on the crypto and also for this channel. I decided to provide as much as possible the most healthy chart and the safe chart to trade. And that means, of course, I would like always to see a direction for a chart, whether up or down, okay? Preferably up, right? Because most of you guys would like to buy, right? To invest and not just to sell, right? So basically, I'm looking for impulsive charts always that it looks for higher, okay? Which it looks like this, as impulsive in all-time history. This is what I'm saying. In all-time history, it should show kind of like impulsive waves, okay? Somehow like this. Those are the most and the best charts to trade, actually, which it has direction. All right, so let's move on, guys. Currently, we are at 21 minutes, and we're gonna see the gold, right? So NASDAQ has started at 11 minutes, I think, and here we go, 16 probably. Okay, sorry. How much cost your what? How much cost yours this video? Nurberg, kitty cheese. I don't know what you mean, man. Rephrase. How much cost your this video? Okay, I don't know what you mean, man. All right, let's move to the gold. Okay. Okay, so on the gold. Yesterday we saw some drop, right? We saw some red for the gold on the daily. And I'm looking right now for of course higher. Yeah, I'm looking for higher a little bit for the gold because we have an ABC. Of course, we have reached our blue zone, right? Which is 0.23, 0.38 in case we are bullish here, you know, in a wave 4. So this wave 4, of course, might have finished here as A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, the problem was alternation here, that the wave 2 is very deep. The wave 4 also is deep, right? Which I don't like it. What if this transformed to double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5? That because, of course, you have ABC here, correction, and potential impulse toward the downside. This is your bearish scenario. Hello, free minds. Nice to see you, man. So the bearish scenario is, of course, 3 waves for a wave A, and then ABC for a wave B, potentially finished, of course, in case of bearish. And we are looking at double 1, 2s here, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. This is a bearish. The bullish scenario is that you have finished in the blue box here, right? And we finished, of course, a very clear correction, ABC, before hitting the 0.38. Now, my problem with it is that the wave 2 is deep and the wave 4 is deep, which is giving me like an idea, okay, be careful. There is no so much alternation here because both are zigzag. Higher potential as per Elliott wave when you have an impulse in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 4 and the wave 2 gets alternated. Meaning you would like to see a triangle for a wave 4 or a flat, hitting 0.23 and moving for higher. Overshooting the 0.23 means, of course, that potentially this can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. Continuation of this trend, okay? So we have to be careful, of course, with the gold, guys. Basically, I would like to see right now a little bit higher prices anyway, in case we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But be careful from the reaction here. If we don't see really an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for higher prices on the 15-minute chart, I would like to see, of course, like kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, we have to be careful. If we finish in 3 waves like this, we might continue towards the downside, okay? So this is the signal that you are looking for right now, whether three ways bearish or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish toward the upside continuation. Okay. All right. Can we take a look at Apple? Thank you. All right. Yes, we can take a look at. It's gonna be a long stream today, but yes, of course, with pleasure, we can do this. All right. So that is for the gold right now. I'm looking for those possibilities. Okay. Let's move on then. Let's take a look at Nvidia as well. And then Palantir and special request Nvidia. Quick overview. So Nvidia, we are in a potential ABC, right? We still have three ways down, three ways up, potentially ending diagonal wave C. I would like to simply see this low taken, which is 129, which is already at a very strong technical support. Yeah, and potentially it can take, of course, the 0.38. Yeah, it can even take it 127. In overview, you are here in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, okay, in the bullish. Meaning, once you finish this wave 4, you would like to see continuation for higher, wave 5 toward the upside, okay? We are in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish wave 3, then 4 and a 5, okay? So, yeah, basically, I would like to see this unfolding. I see here also a leading diagonal for wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course. I don't see a deep wave 4. Okay, I don't see a deep wave 4. However, if a deep wave 4 is given, of course, 118 is the invalidation of bullish, meaning the wave 4 is not allowed to interfere with the zone 1, meaning we are bearish. A, B, and a C, or I would say W, X, and Y, because you have only three waves here. Okay, very low possibility, guys. Unless we are looking, remember, on the daily, if we go on the daily, we are potentially, for example, there is no bearish here. On the daily, there is no bearish. We hit already the target. It's time to remove it. Basically, what you have is sideways. Okay, sideways meaning a running triangle, potentially. Okay, and that means, of course, an A, B, C, a D, and a E. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. But in case you are bearish, okay, in case we keep moving for a wave E right now, it's gonna pump toward the upside again. Yeah, sooner or later. All right, that is for Nvidia. Basically, there is no bearish, guys. Okay, 1, 2, there is no wave 1 here. Okay, you have already finished ABC or WX and Y. In case you are still looking for lower and not impulsive, because this looks for me so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, higher potential, of course, to move higher, unless, of course, you get a wave E and then you move higher again. That's it for Nvidia. All right. I like Nvidia because, of course, it is a very impulsive chart. Okay, very impulsive chart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. We finished right now the wave 4. We're looking for a wave 5 toward the upside. Main targets 866. Very nice. All right. Next is Palantir 29. All right. Palantir is also a very nice chart. On the daily, we have also a very nice impulse. Let me check why this is very crowded here. I think this belongs to the 4-hour or 2 hours chart. Here we go. Yes. So on the daily, we have, of course, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A lot of 1, 2s. Main 1, 2, of course, here. You have a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 3 is double 1, 2s, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So currently, we are looking to finish, of course, a wave 5 in the yellow, and it has to be impulsive. Well, actually, potentially, it can be done and finished. If this is a finished impulse internally, meaning you took the all-time high already, this can be a finished wave 3 and wave 5. Let's move inside it. Inside it, of course, as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As expected, yes, it is finished. Unless we're still looking for higher. And that means here, okay, why we have, okay, we have duplicate the things before. All right, here we go. Nice. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes. Okay. So what if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished first? Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. What if we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished, took the high, and of course moving towards the downside. Now, if we are moving towards the downside, you take a look here. You see a lot of correction. Nothing is impulsive. Nothing indicates that we're moving very bearish. Of course, you still can have ABC hitting the 0.38 and moving toward the upside. By all means, what I see here is a potential that we have, of course, a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. 0.38 can be taken, but I don't see it really like a 1, 2. I see it something like a wave 4, guys. What I see here is potentially a finished 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Potentially having, of course, double 1, 2s here and having a wave 4 again. And that because we are very corrective. And I believe that we're still moving for higher sooner or later. Now, this structure already looks like a wave 1 finish, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Why we are very corrective, I have no idea yet, unless this is getting extended. Okay, so like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as explained. But if we have an extended wave 5, the wave 3, is it longer than the wave 1? This is a question right now. Well, yes. Okay. So yes, we can get an extended wave 5, guys. We can get an extended wave 5. Wave 3 is longer than wave 1, but still short. Yeah? And that's why we might get an extended wave 5. And that's why we are looking at very sideways corrective. Because here, guys, you finish 5 ways up, you took the high, but the question mark is, why we still very sideways corrective? You should move very impulsively, right? Even in correction. You should see an impulse, correction, impulse ABC, and then moving for higher. But here it says this sideways still belongs to this structure. And that means that this structure might be, of course, extended wave 5. All right, this is what I'm looking for right now. All right, that is for Pltr. Nothing is bearish yet. Okay, nothing is so bad. Okay, it can be still seeking for lower, but very, very choppy correction. And that means, of course, you're moving sooner or later toward the upside. Okay, let's move for Tesla at 33 minutes. All right, Tesla. All right, with Tesla, yeah, so, you know, Tesla is a little bit tricky, guys. So in Tesla, we have bullish and bearish scenarios, but the problem with Tesla is not very bullish chart. Meaning, if you are in here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you have a wave 1, wave 2 given, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wave 3 has hit only the 1-to-1 fib level, which is very low possibility to be a wave 3. Higher possibility is to be, of course, in a wave C, which is, of course, A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. After this, we got, of course, an A, B, and a C expanding flat. Obviously, that this is not an impulse. This is a 3 waves corrective toward the upside, wave B, after having an A, B, and a C, right? In this case scenario, if we have finished kind of like ABC expanding flat, you go directly for a W, right? W, X, and potentially wave Y, okay, in a zigzag. Now, wave Y can be, of course, zigzag, can be a flat, or it can be a triangle, okay? But in this case scenario where you see an impulse toward the downside, clear impulse, it gives you already a hint that this is a zigzag. Okay, so potentially it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finish wave A, B, and a C, of course, for lower. To finish a wave Y. Okay, this is the bearish scenario. Now, if we are bullish, you would like to see, of course, a finished ABC here. And that means, of course, this one as an A, B, and a C toward the upside. Wave C has to be, of course, an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is the only bullish scenario right now in the hands. Okay. Yes, we're looking for a finished A because you have A, B, C zigzag 3 waves. You finish 3 waves down for wave B. You're looking for 5 waves up in ending diagonal. Wave C. Okay. Sorry for the sound. The wind is strong. Alright, so basically this is what we are looking for Tesla. Alright, let's take a look at Wise, and we have to look faster. We need to go for trading, guys. Alright, Wise. So yeah, this is what I was talking about, guys. Having a good chart always, impulsive chart always, to be safe in trading. This is not an impulsive chart at all, right? Now, okay, you see a potential impulse, but not really clear one. Let me check. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah. It can be 1, 2. But what is your wave 3? If you have 1, 2, another 1, 2, wave 3, okay, 4, 5. What is your second 4, 5? Okay. If you have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you meaning you finished the wave 3 here. What is your 4, 5 again? So however you turn this structure, again, I'm gonna explain it slowly. If we are in impulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3. Okay, so this is your 1, this is your 2. What is your 4 and a 5? Your 4 invalidated, right? If we are in double 1, 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, here is 1, 1, right? You have wave 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you got your first 4. This is your wave 3, 4, 5. What is your second 4, 5? Therefore, however you turn it impulsive, it doesn't work. So this is not an impulse. This is a double zigzag toward the upside with an X as a running flat. So W, X, and a Y. Okay? And that means it is a corrective wave. You move, again, very corrective toward the downside, right? Which is very, very corrective chart, guys. And you have a W here. So W, X, and a Y. Okay, finished, potentially. Now you start a new psychology, a new structure. It can be a flat, it can be a zigzag, it can be a triangle, it can be anything. It can be an impulse, right? It can be also an impulse. However, if you take a closer look here at this potential scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see, of course, potential leading diagonal. Yes, can be. So it can be, of course, your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Possibly. All right. But also you have to take into consideration that it can be an ABC. Okay. In both case scenario, you're looking for a wave 2 or for a wave B. You would like to see, of course, 3 waves towards the downside. Therefore, currently, despite, of course, that you see a green candle today, in a bigger view, you would like to move a little bit lower, at least 0.38. This is a minimum target at $30. Okay. And also for this chart, I mean, you see a lot of gaps and a lot of things. Fabio Brondi, the problem with your count of Nvidia is that wave 2 of your leading diagonal is too small compared to any of the subwave of the diagonal. Also wave 3 a bit too short compared to leading diagonal. Let's see this, what you mean. Nvidia. Right. If you're not right, therefore you have to apologize and say thank you for the analysis. Okay, Fabio. All right, so let's start here. The problem with your count, wave 2 of your leading diagonal is too small. Leading diagonal, which leading diagonal time frame you mean? Leading diagonal, what time frame, Fabio? Time frame, my friend. Sometimes, man, you write comments like it's my first analysis, you know? Okay, I'm not gonna waste time on this. All right, so Apple. All right, for Apple, guys, we have okay on the all-time history. We have, of course, a potential several 1-2s. We have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And then, of course, inside your wave 3, which is massive wave 3 toward the upside, you have, of course, a triple 1-2s again. It's a giant chart. Apple is one of the most bullish charts that I would love. And, of course, I suggest to trade with it because, of course, it's much safer, right? The direction is always upside, even despite, of course, the move toward the downsides. Of course, in triple 1-2s, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Currently, we finished a very deep correction here, and we're still, of course, potentially correcting. We are looking for a potential wave 5. Okay, so basically the wave 4 and a wave 5, obviously that this wave 5 is not finished and is not looking for it yet. You are still corrective here on on Apple. We're looking to extend this wave 4 as an A, B, and a C. All right. I was looking for this scenario, by the way, before, and here we go. The targets are still there. This blue box is still there, and of course, that is a very big potential that we drop to the 150 and 137 in Apple. Okay. And we take it from there, man. Once we are there, we take it, of course, from there. So that was it for, I think, today, guys. Fabio, again, I'm gonna take a look at your thing later on. I don't have really time for this. I prefer that you wrote the time frame. What do you mean? Which time frame? Because I cannot find it. And of course, it would be nice if you just say thank you, man. And I spend a lot of time on this every day, you know. So it would be nice just to be thankful and not just like say things that it has nothing, nonsense, to be honest. Imagine that I couldn't see that wave 2 is in a leading diagonal is smaller than the wave 4. Imagine, you know, after 7 years, Elliott wave. Okay. All right, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.